Alright, hey guys, today we're gonna put in a kill switch on this Strat. I just want to show you guys it all works just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and find a place to put it and measure that out, and I'll mark that and I'll be right back. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is I went ahead and loosened the strings. Get rid of those. This is a really easy way to install a kill switch on most guitars without too much invasive technique. Alright, so I went ahead and took all the strings off and removed all the screws for this plate here. Now, I'm thinking of a fairly comfortable place to put the switch, which is this size. I'm going to be drilling a 1/4 inch. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put up a picture of what it actually is. But it's just a little switch like that. So I'm thinking right in here, because under here there's nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that with a Sharpie. I think we'll go right around here. Right about there. And then we're going to hit it with the drill. This is a 1/4 inch brad point. I'm going to go ahead and want to be careful. Once it's flushed through, there it is. Alright, I'm going to check for fitment here. This might be a little tricky. Let me grab this. Alright. Okay, so we're going to have to drill it a little bit bigger. Apparently 1/4 inch is not enough. I'll just change it over to a 5/16. So now we got a 5/16. Alright. Contact. Oh shit. That was quick. Alright, so I got the strings off of it, and I got the plate off of it, and I undid the output jack, because you're going to need to wire in this little switch. Boom, boom, boom. And I found a place that I wanted to put the switch and drilled a 5/16 hole. And on this I just used, you can use a solder sucker or a solder wick to get the wick, the hole clear again for your new wires, but I just used the smallest drill bit I could find. It's no big deal. It's going to be soldered again. So now we shall solder the switch. Alright, well, I got my soldering iron out. I took the jack out of the sleeve thing here, and we got our kill switch. Now it doesn't matter which way you wire it in, it can go to either lug, but each one of these lugs has to have a wire. I just chose this green wire because it's the thinnest gauge I have. I believe it's 18. And you can use one of these things to hold it or whatever if you want. But you don't really need to. If you have any experience soldering, not that big of a deal. So I just twisted that one around one lug, and I'm gonna get some solder here, soldering iron. Just gonna hit that guy with some solder there, and then yeah. Oop, that's not quite good enough there. So we'll hit it with some more. You want to make sure you have a good connection whenever you're soldering. So that ought to do it. Alright, so now that's a good connection. Now you don't want to keep the heat on it too long, you might wreck the switch. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the other lug. I just cut these green wires, you know, a safe long length, so when I get into the output jack area I can trim them and everything will be good. So now I'm going to do this lug here. Good connection. So now I don't want to step on anyone's toes because a lot of people have a lot of different methods of doing this. Some ground it to the volume pot, some do it other ways, but all you really need to do is interrupt the signal, which that will do. So all you really need to do is when you resolder your jack, just attach one of these wires along with your hot and ground to each of these lugs, and you will be in business. The next step is, after you drilled your 5/16 hole, you're going to feed this through. And everything is clearing, there's no wires being interrupted, and so then I am going to put on the washer and tighten this down. Yeah, that's going to be a good place, not really anything. The tip of the switch will be taller than this switch, so it should be alright. So now you want to feed your output jack wires back through the cavity and into the jack cavity. Along with your new wires for the kill switch. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it'll be worth it in the end. Alright, so I got everything fished through for the most part. I gotta get that one in there. So now we got everything back into our jack cavity. And now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up all the screws around the pick guard and tuck everything back in, and then I'll bring it back and we'll wire up the switch. So we got everything buttoned back up and switch installed. So now we just gotta wire it in. So I'm just gonna take the ground wire here, loop it around really tight. You want to get it as tight as you can because there's just a little hole in there. Same with the live. And then, well, first I want to put this shrink wrap. Oh, that's too big. Put a little shrink wrap on there just so there's no interference. And bend it around. Oh yeah, so take the soldering iron, we'll get it, we already got it hot, so there's already a little bit of solder on there from before. We just gotta make sure we get a good connection. So, you know, like I said, I don't want to step on anyone's feet. Everyone has their own methods of doing this, but I think this is the easiest way. I'm just trying to get this solder to re-flow. And I think we got a good connection there. No, not the greatest. I'm just going to clean the tip a little and hit it again. It's not the prettiest, but there we go, right there. Now we got it. So now we got a good connection, everything's soldered. I just want to put this shrink wrap on just so, you know, there's no interference of any kind possible. So we'll just heat that up with the air gun here. Alright. Good. Good. Alright, now we're going to take our hot wire here. I'm not going to bother putting any shrink tubing on this one because I already have it on the other one, and probably not going to be a whole lot of bumping going around, so we're just going to pinch that back. Grab the soldering iron. I know some of you are cringing from watching me do this on the paint, but this is a kit guitar that I built years and years ago, probably 3 years ago now. I guess it isn't years and years, but it helped me learn the basics. Alright, so now, oh yeah, we got a good connection there. Alright, so now before we put the jack back on, or the jack plate, sorry, just making sure everything's tight, everything's good. Grab a cord here. You can test this. We got everything cranked up, plugged in. We got sound out of the pickup. Push that down. No sound. Up. Sound. No sound. So that's working. It has interrupted the signal. So now all you gotta do, feed this back through your jack plate. And then we're gonna tighten that down. Tight, nothing's touching, everything's good. Put our 2 screws back in, and then all we gotta do is string it up, and we shall be in business. Got the jack plate tightened down. It's all tight. It's all tight. That's all tight. Alright, I'm gonna put some strings on. We'll be right back. Alright, so we're all done. Got her stringed up. Tune the pitch. There's your kill switch. This is, I bought 50 of them for I think $12. I'll put a link in the description of exactly what they are, but not too bad.